Hello all. Alright, last time I left you, I was building up my commodities in Los Angeles. I'm going to keep on working on that as soon as it loads up here. Alright, couple of things. Where are you at, Los Angeles? Alright, so they are continuing to grow. As you can see here, they've only got 11 commodities. I need to get them up 10 commodities. I need to get them up to 15, so I'm going to start shipping in some more stuff. Now, I did notice, so there's plenty of milk in Warehouse 2, and San Francisco is producing cheese. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, since nobody is making dresses right now, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of dresses, and I'm going to change this to a warehouse for cheese. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some freight trains that'll take the milk from Warehouse 2 over to San Francisco, and then load up on cheese and bring cheese back. Okay, so that's the plan. Let's get that going. Freight train, that's loud. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but when I was zoomed in on that warehouse, I heard a lot of trains going on. Alright, so this one we're going to prioritize milk, and then in San Francisco, we are going to prioritize cheese coming back. Okay. I think that's the plan. And I'm going to put a second train going. We might add a little bit more onto that in the future, but for now, that is what we're going to do. And I'm going to keep looking at this just to check. It goes back and forth between 10 and 11, but I definitely need to get that going. Now, I did put cheese here. We're going to delete cheese off of there for now. But I need to get wood coming in. Do I have wood? Any wood trains coming in? That one, oh, that's... What is it bringing? So it's got 3 trains. They're all going back. They don't seem to be... I'm going to clone it. I'm going to put 5 trains on that route, just because I need to start bringing in some wood. I'm also going to bring in a couple of... Oops. I want to bring in some Tucson. I don't see any Tucson. So I'm going to add some trains between Tucson and Warehouse 8. And I just wanted to start bringing in meat. And then obviously I don't want it to bring meat back or wood back. So it can bring some beer back to Tucson, but I definitely want it to bring meat into the warehouse, because Los Angeles needs meat, and we'll start building up the meat there. And actually I'm going to go ahead and I'll clone it. I'll put just 2 for right now. There's plenty of beer in Los Angeles available. They definitely need wood. They're not able to catch up on the wood. They also need sugar, meat, corn, all that stuff is being not getting in soon enough. Which actually might mean that we need maybe a couple more. We've only got 2 coming in from Warehouse 1, so I might add a 3rd train to bring in supplies from San Francisco's warehouse into the warehouse here. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to build some supply towers, because I'm getting tired of looking at all these yellow. Seems like everyone needs supply towers. Which I'm not always very good at putting them in, so I'm just going to build a whole bunch of them. Let's see, we got one there. Got some there. Looks like the rest of them are good to go, so that should do me for now. So they are bringing in tons of stuff. So as you can see here, tools. So they need lumber, they need coal, and they need what's that other thing? Iron. So I need to start bringing those in. As a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up as a, for lumber, because they're producing that, and I am going to need lots of tools. So I'm going to find out who's making lumber and start shipping it into warehouse 3. Let's see, I don't think any of these guys are making it right. They're making paper. They are not making it. I wish Tucson was a little bigger. I would also make, I would also give it some of that other stuff too. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to build, let's see, I'm trying to figure out where. So we do have iron right here. And then we've got iron and coal right there. Now, Nashville's making dresses. I wish Nashville was making lumber. Actually, Memphis is making lumber. All right. So Memphis, you're making lumber, but you don't have any wood. Okay. Well, we're going to have to get you set up. Let's throw in a my favorite thing, which is a warehouse. Let's put in definitely wood for now. I'll probably add in some more stuff later. Let's find the closest wood. It's probably right here, which is pretty close. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to expand the station, and it's going to add a second line there. And now I'm just going to create a second line. This way, that station or that Anderson Logging can service both, wherever it's going previously, as well as here. Now I'm going to put it in the second one because I'm going to leave that very left-hand lane open, because I'm probably going to hook that up to the between that Nashville and Memphis main line. That way it has a line going between those two. And then I'm probably going to do something like this. I'm going to have to move that around. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So that is not going to work because we're just too close to the fruit, which is fine. I'll just have to let's demolish that. Let's go back and redo it. Do it just like this. Except this time I'm going to go into this one. That way, as long as I know it's good, and then I can now hook it up. I know it'll be on the left side of the track. It's going to be fine. And we build. Let's put in our signals, and then now this wood depot, it's got 26. It's not a whole lot, but I'm going to go ahead and start draining that. So I'm going to go from here right over here. Full cars, and I'll probably put like maybe 2, 3, 4. We are going to need a very steady supply of lumber, so I'm going to go ahead and put as much lumber in there as I can. We've also got lumber here, so in all honesty, I am going to wait till it builds up the lumber a little bit, and then I'll start running trains over to Tucson. Let's see, is that where it is? Tucson. Yeah, Tucson. I kind of wish that I wasn't making making it there. It's fine. I'll worry about it later. But at this point, I will, I'm just going to start building up. Now, I'm going to do something tricky here. I'm going to do that little trick I like to do. I'm going to add lumber. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed lumber right over to the warehouse. I'm not even going to put a double line. I'm literally going to do that, and then I'm going to create a train that's going to go from Memphis over to the warehouse full of lumber. I'm going to wait till it builds up some lumber first, because as of now you can see it doesn't even have any lumber. So, but once these trains start popping over, so you can see there's 4 trains right there on that track, it's going to fill up with lumber, or it's going to fill up with wood real fast, and it's going to start producing lumber. So, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and set it up now. Memphis to warehouse 1. Memphis is going to be priority lumber. And here, I don't want it to bring anything back, so I'm just going to bar it from bringing anything back. There's no reason, because it already has access to whatever in there as is, so we're just going to do it like that. I think this is going to work. Yep, there we go. So we've got our first train taking 2 lumbers over. It's going to dump it off in that warehouse. And what I'll allow it to do is basically it'll start storing up the excess lumber as it builds up. Okay, so I'm gonna worry about that for now. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start building up a couple of warehouses, because I need to build up, you know, San Antonio, Houston, what's this other one, Odessa, El Paso. So I want to start building up these cities to reach my 100,000, because remember, I need 15 cities with 100,000. I know I'm still not all the way there for Los Angeles, but I'm gonna wait. I'll get there before it's all said and done. I just need to keep working. But I want to start getting these other warehouses set up, because those are going to be critical. So I'm going to set one up here for Houston, and I want to have it in such a way so that I can like hook it right into the main line. That way I can feed San Antonio, as well as, you know, as Odessa, and then I'll set up another one maybe here in El Paso. You know, in all honesty, I'll probably just set up several of them. So just trying to think how I want to do this. Since we got a bunch there, you know, oh, I love it when I can do it like that. That's like magical, although I kind of, I think I'll do it just like that. I think that's going to work just fine. I wonder if I can, no, I don't want to bring it out back too much. All right, so we're going to put it just like that. Let's see, we got one in Houston, San Antonio. I won't put another one in San Antonio. I'll leave that one in Odessa, one in El Paso. We're not even hooked up to Albuquerque. Tucson has one for those things, but we're not even worried about that just yet. Still worrying about getting the basics, which the basics, as you know, include wood, corn, wheat, and then all the other stuff. So I want to get one set up and actually what I'll end up doing is I'll set all of the resources that are close to each of these cities. I'll just dump those resources in, and then I'll set trains going from those warehouses to each of the cities. That way they can kind of pick and choose what they want from each warehouse as it fills in. Now in the past I would set up warehouses, and I would set up like a basic one that had all of the basic needs, and then the second tier level one that has all the second tier needs. But I think at this point I'll just put in like whatever the goods are that are closest to it, particularly wood, because wood is one of those things that everybody needs to make sure that they have that. But I think we're good there. Let's start building some smaller stations. Now we do have sugar here. I'll probably expand that, and I'll run some sugar down to this warehouse 11. We've got corn right here. Probably put in a corn there. We'll put in a milk there. We'll get a wheat here. We'll put some steers in here. I don't know who needs steers, but we're going to do it. I like to just put in tons and tons of stations and just feed as much as I can. Maybe we'll put milk in over here to warehouse 10. Corn. I can feed over there. This wood I'm going to put here, but you know, I also know at some point I am going to need iron as well. I'm going to put the iron here. Now, since the iron and the coal are so close to Memphis, I might try making tools in Memphis as well, especially now that I have it making wood, or lumber rather. So I'm going to plop that right there. Let's plop a sugar here. Let's do one dairy. I don't know how I'm going to do this one. We're going to put it like that. I just kind of put them all over the place. It's a sort of a hot mess, but it's all good. All right, let's see. Now the nice thing is, since I'm doing this building, it sort of stops the clock so the calendar, as you can see, doesn't progress. That's actually useful for me. You know, I'm going to go ahead and feed salt, but I'm going to feed salt into the back of this warehouse because it'll just be easier. Oh, how am I going to get over there? It's not a very stable positioning. Okay, right there. That way I can, because there's nothing really to the back of the warehouse, so it'll be easier to build that line going into the back. And I don't need to build it for the corn, the fruit, and the steers because they're already there. Now, eventually somebody's going to need cotton. I'll throw a cotton one on there as well. I don't know which way it's going to go, but I'll just put it there. All right, I think those are all looking good. I think everyone is happy there. I'm going to just take another quick look. LA still only 11 out of the 15. Sugar, it's just not getting in sugar. Lumber, cheese, dairy, all that good stuff. Oops. Now it needs sugar because it doesn't have, so this is actually, since it is making liquor, it needs sugar and fruit to do that. Now this one has fruit coming in, although it's none right there for now. I'm gonna, oops, sorry about that. That happens sometimes. I'm gonna go ahead and add sugar as one of the commodities that this warehouse can hold, and then I'm going to start dumping some extra sugar into there. So let's go down to our sugar, because here it's making plenty of sugar, so I'm gonna go there and here full, and I'll probably make 2 or 3 so it can start dumping sugar up into there. And I'm even going to, because this one does have 5 trains going up there, which is actually pretty good. It's just, let's see, is there like a slowdown? No, there's no real backup on the tracks or anything. Just takes a while to get the fruit up there. That's all. There is kind of a slowdown here. These are like 4 trains sitting here waiting for this track to open up. But in all reality, just need to get some of those going. He's waiting on this one. This one's waiting. Probably I could move that supply tower, but it'll be fine. They are moving. It's not a total backup. I do have a lot of trains on the line, but for now, we'll get this sugar going, and it can start feeding into this warehouse. And I do have 5 trains going from the from fruit. So this fruit white manor is producing 5 trains going up to that. Um, so for now, I'm not going to worry about that too much. All right, so let's. But you know, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to take this. I'm going to expand it because I'm going to add. I'm going to add a sugar into warehouse 11. And you know what else I am thinking about doing? Now these are full. I don't know why they're... Oh, they're just waiting to take off. Okay, so let's go back. Let's start connecting some of these lines into the various warehouses. So this one I'm going to put over here. Is that good? I am going to leave the outer edge open in case I want to hook it up into the main line. I do like to do that. So, there we go. Alright, so we got that one. Let's add in our signaling. Okay, so we got that. I'm not going to add trains just now. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll come back and add the trains later. I'm just going to go ahead and add in all of our tracks. As a matter of fact, I might even wait and not even do the signaling, because I feel like sometimes the signaling, I put in the signaling and then I think I have a train there and I don't. So I'll wait. I'll do the signaling at the time that I add in the trains. That might actually behoove me. So we'll build that. Put this one right next to it. It's a lot of... It is an expensive bridge that I built there, but... Okay. Oh, I just I just said I was not going to do that. Okay. Let's see. I'll run dairy over to that same one. I probably should have done it. Oh. All right. Let's go back to... Okay, I got that one built in. Let's see, this is a tough one. Now, for some of these things, all of these need... I also have to be careful that I'm not running too many things into here. So in this case, I've got sugar, corn, milk, all running in there. I might run these vegetables in as well, since I've got them right there. It'd be easy enough to do. Let's see, so that's milk, corn, sugar, vegetables. I can run this wheat in there as well. So let's run wheat, but I also am probably going to want to run, but instead of doing all of that, I'm just going to run it into this main line. I got plenty of money, so that's not going to hurt me. Alright, so build that. Alright, so we got wheat going in. I think we're going to do... But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to expand that station. I'm also going to expand this wheat station. Of course, it put it on the wrong side. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I want to avoid overlapping some of these lines. There's just going to run it right over and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so that one's too close. Alright. It's not going to let me do that, but I can do this. There we go. Okay. It's not too bad. Do it out like that. There we go. All right. Now, I'm also going to build this one right into here. It's a pretty short little route. Oh, it's not going to let me do a double line there because of the bridge. Sometimes that happens. Oh, I could come off on that side. I'm afraid if I do there, oops, actually, here we'll take it in like that. Sorry, this is probably annoying for you guys. Sometimes it takes a while to get the tracks just right. Yeah, it's really not. I'm gonna have to come all the way up here, like there. Now I can go ahead and build this, but I'm afraid what's gonna happen when I come out of here. Well, it's letting me. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. Build that route. All right, so and you'll see why I'm doing that. I'm going to go ahead and expand this station as well. Of course, put it on the back side for me. And then we're going to loop it around here. Let's see, where's the... Okay, so we're going to go just like that. Let's see, do I want to... It always takes a while to kind of figure out like where I'm gonna go with it. I don't think so. I think I'm gonna try to put it over here. All right, there we go. It's not gonna let me do that. I mean, I could like bring it out like this and then bring it back next to it and then keep it a double track. I'll just do that. It's easier than... Alright, so I'm gonna... Just debating if I even want to do that. Let's demolish that whole thing. And the reason is I'm going to come out of this one. Here, we're just going to do it like this. I'm going to build all of my lines out just so I know that they have the ability to come out. All right. So it's basically giving me that red line again, so I'm going to have to come out and then back into itself, which is fine. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, so we've got that. And part of the reason is in case I want to run cotton over to warehouse 12. I don't know where I'm going to actually run the cotton. I just built it there for now. But I probably am going to run milk over there as well. And I'm probably going to run milk into warehouse 10 as well. I might as well go ahead and put in as many resources as I can to all of these things, because essentially I just want to build up. Make sure it's all good there. Yep. Yep. I just want to build up my All right, I got cut off there, but now I'm back. All right, so as you can see, I'm in the process of building up all of these um, lines into these different warehouses. So I got warehouse 12, warehouse 11, which I've got everything kind of running into warehouse 11. I feel good about that. Warehouse 12, um, warehouse 13, and then warehouse 10. Now it's going to take me a while. The good thing is when you're building warehouses or you're building tracks or anything like that, the clock stops. So I like to try to do as much of my building as I can all at once. That way I can take my time and I can plan it out and get it all built without the clock keep ticking away. Um, like if you build it and then you go back and you add trains, the clock is moving when you're adding those trains. So when you kind of keep going back and forth between building and then adding trains and looking and planning, the clock keeps going. So I like to do as much of my building and planning and all that at once as I can. And as you can see, I've got plenty of money. So there's $4 million. That's plenty enough to be able to build all of these tracks, get them all lined up. Now, of course, at some point I am going to run out of money. If I run out of money, then obviously I need to I need to stop and let my railroad make some money before I can continue. But at this point, I'm doing okay. So as much building as I can get done, I'm going to do. Now, I am going to go ahead and stop it here. And then on the next video, I will continue on filling up these warehouses. So I will let you go for now. Have a good one until the next video. See you then, guys.